At Thorn Ambulance Service, we believe that our organization's success is directly proportionate to the compassion and competence exhibited by our EMTs and paramedics. We further believe that customers are earned not by a creative marketing strategy, but through a consistent delivery of better than expected service. While the leadership team may produce the contracts that allow for organizational growth, those opportunities belong 100% to the people who are out there doing the job. We want to share the stories of our providers with you. As we seek exceptional team members to join our growing family of providers, it is our hope that these stories will help you make the decision to join our team. Thank you and enjoy. We are here with Olivia today. Olivia is one of our part-time EMTs because she is a full-time paramedic student right now up in the mountains of North Carolina. So Olivia, appreciate you being here today.
Thank you. It's nice to have me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good deal. All right, so Olivia, I've got some questions for you, and we'll kick off with telling me a little bit about yourself, your background, and why it was you chose to get into the field of EMS.
All right. Well, I am a 20-year-old college student. I originally wanted to pursue a bachelor's in biology and go to med school. My plan is still to go to med school. However, when I started my college experience, I jumped into EMT basic school, which was not my original plan, but I'm glad I did it. I found that I really enjoy EMS. It became one of my biggest passions. And from that, I kind of reevaluated exactly my path. And that's kind of how I found Western Carolina. I decided I wanted to get my bachelor's. They have a program for emergency medicine. And in that, I'm also getting my pre-med degree as well. So other than that, I like to be happy and listen to music, and that's about it.
So cool. And for those who don't know you, I would have to say that you are voted most likely to start dancing at a company outing. I think that is,
Most
and I've
likely to
actually
start
got,
dancing at a company outing, most likely to start dancing on the truck and at inappropriate times, most likely to listen to music while driving code down the highway, all of that stuff.
earmuffs. All right. So out of all of the ambulance services that were hiring when you made your decision to come to Thorn Ambulance, what was it that led you to Thorn?
I was looking for a company that would be, first of all, flexible with my schedule. Especially being a student, it was hard for me to work full time, and I couldn't give that commitment to anything just because, like I said, I'm taking, 18 credit hours. I've got clinicals 3 to 4 days a week. So I was looking for something that I could eventually have a more flexible schedule with, which Thorn allows me to do. And I was looking for something that's a very like kind of feels like home, kind of feels like a family environment. And I talked to a lot of people in the area about different places that were hiring, and Thorn was brought up several times. So I put in my application as well as applications at other places. And at the end of the day, Thorn was the only place I interviewed, and I really liked the interview. I met you, and it was a good interview. So I felt really confident about it. I felt really confident about my decision. So that's why we came to Thorn.
Definitely. Okay. So what do you like most about your job?
Um, I would say I really like the crews the most. Like I really enjoy all of the crews that I interact with and I work with. I feel like everybody at Thorn has the same common goal where we all want what's best for our patients, and we all really care about how we represent ourselves, how we represent the company. And for me, that's really important, and I can just tell how much the crew members care about each other and about their patients as well as themselves, and I think that's really important.
For sure. For sure. All right. So now the difficult question that I've been asking everyone is, what do you like least about your job at Thorn Ambulance Service?
I was just thinking about this one. I mean, I had a couple different ideas of what I like least. The first I kind of like it least, but I also kind of like it the most. It's a double-edged sword. I like that, we have obviously a lot of convalescent transports, a lot of dialysis transports, and I like the fact that I can really get into the know with a lot of the patients, and you kind of get to know them on a very personal, very deep level. But, obviously the bad side of that is you start to see the progression of some of these patients as they decline. And for me, I'm a very empathetic, very emotional person. So at times, over my past 2 years working at Thorn, I've had a couple, very significant losses of patients that I've seen this like rapid decline with. My other, I guess, least favorite aspect of Thorn, it's not really a least favorite aspect because again, this is EMS, so you kind of just get used to it. But there are times when the call volume gets to be a lot. We have a lot of scheduled calls, and so it kind of turns into running around a lot. But at the same time, for somebody who wants to go be a paramedic and also go be a doctor, it gives me a lot of experience. It gives me a lot of patient contacts, which is really important as well. So
Sure.
again, it's like there's pros and cons to every situation, which I feel like a lot of
Great.
people don't account for.
Okay, great. And the last question is, what message would you have to share with somebody that may be considering a job at Thorn Ambulance Service?
Keep an open mind, because I think especially interfacility convalescent services get a bad rap because, oh, all you're doing is taking granny to dialysis. But I have learned a lot from Thorn that I don't think I would have learned from a 911 agency, in that Thorn gave me a really good understanding about medications and patient history. And it's a lot more digging deeper into patient history than you have to do in 911 because you're with patients for a lot longer of a time. And
Mhm.
like I said, you do see some of the same patients a lot of the time. So the other thing is, again, like you get this bad rap with interfacility. However, some of I volunteer for a fire department, but some of the worst calls that I've seen at Thorn doing interfacility transports. You get on an ALS truck, and St. Francis Eastside, might call in a code trauma that just happened to walk in the door, and it's your job to get them from Eastside to GMH, in
Right.
that 10-15 minute window. And you kind of have to be prepared for that. And so I think it keeps you on your toes a little bit more than 911 does. So,
Okay, great. Well, Olivia, really appreciate you taking some time out. Love the dorm room there. Hopefully
thank you.
everything's going well with you at school up there, and we look
Good.
forward to getting you back soon.
All right. Thank you.
All right.